Horoscope Overview for September 2020. Welcome, and listen to the overview for September that was prepared by a fortune teller, Sibla. Do not wait and subscribe to our channel. Become a part of a huge community that loves horoscopes and tarot reading. For free content, visit to our website www.horoscope-divination.com. For personal September horoscope, click the link in the video description. Let's listen now to the complete overview for September. September 2020 will be more challenging for some zodiac signs. For many of you, however, there is a period of little rebirth, when the door to more possibilities opens up for you. The September 2020 horoscope begins with the Sun in the sign of Virgo. On July 22, 2020, the Sun will enter the sign of Virgo, which connects with the 6th astrological house. Home arrangements in life and effort may bring more work, but also a reward for your tireless work. The Earth sign of Virgo is characterized by its sense of order. You have certainly felt this influence of the Sun in the sign at the end of last month, because the Sun entered the Virgo on August 22nd. Your sense of organization in life also blends into September 2020, when you should act responsibly and prudently. The 6th sign of the zodiac is also characterized by a desire for independence. In September, financial issues will also come to the fore in the life of several signs. Now is not the time for a large financial investment. In astrology, the Sun symbolizes our essence, and reminds us of who we really are. It is time for all the signs of the zodiac to organize their thoughts and focus on where their steps are heading. Prudence and thinking are really good things during September 2020. September will reveal its secrets to you in this horoscope at the moment when the Sun is in the sign of Virgo and also after moving into the sign of Libra. This noble journey of the Sun motivates people to discover their hidden skills. Your talents and abilities are waiting to be revealed, and your knowledge will be useful this month. September 2020 is an ideal time for higher work commitment. You will have enough energy to cover all important work duties. From every growth that takes place in September 2020, Virgo will gain a lot for his future. You will tend to be more motivated, and you may find others motivated by your motivation. Be the sun in the spotlight of others, and try to spread positive energy all around. Be a useful person who will lift the mood of your family members and all your loved ones. You can become a motivator during the month of September 2020. The period when the Sun is in the sign of Virgo also brings us opportunities to use material resources to our advantage. That is why we will also deal with material things that we will think about in life. The household must be cleansed, as must be your aura. September is a good month to remove unnecessary household items. You will cleanse your energies by deep meditation, and your household by autumn cleaning. It's time to bring new energy into your home that you can use effectively later. Manage your energy wisely, as well as material things, and try to give them to someone who would appreciate them. Virgo with its 6th astrological house also represents the energy of duality. People who were born with the Sun in the sign of Virgo and who are currently celebrating their birthdays at this time are characterized by their dual energy. Virgo can sometimes seem exhausted to you, but they immediately catch second breath, and then they have energy literally for you as well. The sign of Virgo has the ability to analyze things. They are also excellent at giving advice. In September 2020, these special characteristics of the Sun sign of Virgo are transmitted to all signs of the zodiac, whether terrestrial, fiery, water or air. Use your sharp intellect for your personal growth and development in September. There is a time when you can throw everything old behind your head and pay your full attention to the present. Presence is here and now, and it is more important than anything else. You can't change the past anymore, but you can shape your future. So get to work with fresh energy, and involve other members in your house chores. You should distribute your responsibilities to others so that you have free time to rest. Try to distribute your energies evenly, because harmony in the universe is the most important thing you should be inspired by now. The September 2020 horoscope will now address the most important astrological transits that will affect your person. Feel the flow of energy during each transit, and feel how the planetary aspects affect your lives. In September, the following most important astrological movements await us. Horoscope September 2nd, 2020. The second day of September 2020 has a great impact on the lives of every sign of the zodiac. The full moon comes in the sign of Pisces. The characteristic features of the fish sign thus come to the fore. Sensitivity of the environment and sensitivity to the emotions and needs of others is noticeable in each of us. The sign of Pisces, as with the last astrological sign of the zodiac, is associated with the 12th astrological house, which is the house of the subconsciousness. This house in our lives reveals hidden fears of the unknown, and some secrets. The 12th astrological house also draws attention to the need to complete the journey of life. It is a house that reveals in us sensitivity, understanding, and also affection to other people who have not been as fortunate in life as you. A great positive of lunar transit in the sign of Pisces is the awareness of the gifts we have received from life. On September 2nd, 2020, most people will appreciate all the positives they can use in life. You are aware of your good work, your partner life, healthy children, your own health, or you can boast of career success. You are aware of the beauties and gifts of everyday life. Each of us will certainly find something positive in our lives that someone else lacks. You are aware of all the gifts of life, because gratitude will help you lure more happiness into your life. The huge imagination of the sign of the Pisces will be reflected mainly in the work that requires creativity. If you are creative, the period around September 2nd will be a very rewarding time for you to complete great works. The full moon in the sign of Pisces also advises anyone who desires to fulfill specific dreams to use the creative spirit, because right now they can begin to move forward in life. The full moon in the sign of Pisces also brings a warning in the health area. No surgery is recommended during this day, and people may be susceptible to poor sleep. Try to make the most of your days so that you fall asleep tired, and devote some time to your hobbies so that you can only reminisce beautiful things when you fall asleep. Passivity in life is not recommended during this period, so involve your active mind to realize your ideas. September 4th, 2020. The quadrature of the planet Venus with the planet Mars arrives. The planet Venus manifests itself mainly by highlighting our feminine nature. In life, it is associated with two aspects, love and finance. It is in these two directions that you can expect a change during this quadrature. Venus is a pleasing planet that also brings positive changes. Single individuals will be able to enjoy the charm that Venus controls. For those in relationship, it is time to show love, and also romance. Venus unlocks in us the knowledge of how we approach our own emotions and relationships. We understand all the positives we receive and we try to understand the needs of others. We can empathize with the emotions of our partner, members of our family, and the emotions of our friends. We are aware of the situations that bring us the greatest joy in life. This is a huge advantage of the quadrature of Venus with the planet Mars, because if we know what makes us happy, we can fight for it and strive for it. However, Mars can also have a disruptive effect on our love relationships. Awareness of happy moments can sometimes take us back in time, and it happens that we expect more from a partner than he is able to provide us. Remember that giving and receiving love must be balanced in our lives. If things are to work properly, we must repay the same coin. With the quadrature of Venus and the planet Mars, perhaps most divorces and numerous marital problems occur. You should be careful on September 4th. Avoid excessive expectations from your partner, and try to bring a warm feeling to the home. Don't demand much, and pay attention to your partner. There may also be quarrels in family life, so you can spend this time alone in the activities you love. The negative impact of the quadrature of Venus and the planet Mars is also the impact on your finances. These days, an unexpected problem may arise that will affect your family budget. The quadrature of Venus and Mars does not make recommendations on whether to borrow money or spend money from savings. However, it talks about the negative impact on your finances that might come unexpectedly. Beware not only of your own spending of money, but also of fraud or theft. Guard your property as well as your personal data. September 5th, 2020. The planet Mercury enters the air sign of Libra. The planet Mercury is known for its influence on communication skills. It also opens up a new worldview. The perception of the world becomes clearer, and people are based on their established habits because they are aware of the diversity of the world around them. This period is an excellent time for exchanges of views, communication with friends, but also with a partner. Relax while sharing your worldviews with someone you love. People's communication unites, and the time when the planet Mercury is in the air sign of Libra is an ideal time to share thoughts, intellect, and also words. Communication is very much forgotten nowadays, because our world is already largely dominated by technology. Pick up the phone, or better yet, visit the people you love in person. Talk about problems, but also about things that make you happy. Did you know that, according to surveys, communication about problems makes up 90% of our normal communication? That is why on September 5th, deviate from the paths you have taken, and talk mainly about happy and positive things. Bring Mercury's radiant energy into your life, and let the sign of Libra affect your way of thinking. Feel free and happy, and focus on things in conversations that bring a smile and a sense of happiness to your life. Mercury also affects the way we think, our intellect, and especially the development of the mind. If you draw more positive views on life into your thoughts, your mind will change and you will feel happier for the next few days. Transforming our minds from negative to positive is a long way to go, and you can start today. Make contacts, share ideas, and use every day to make your mind happy and positive. Make sense of your life and your world, hold your life firmly in your hands today, and show others the positive little things that surround your everyday life. September 6th, 2020. Venus enters the sign of Leo. The positive thinking from the previous day is carried over with each sign of the zodiac to 6th September. The planet Venus has a romantic effect on all signs. It brings not only a feeling of cordiality, but also a pleasing extravagance to the eye. When the planet Venus is in the sign of Leo, people require attention, cordiality, and most importantly, improved relationships. You also have the opportunity to improve your relationships during this period. Take care of family but also friends, and let people around you know what they mean to you. The positive attitude towards animals is also strengthened in humans. We should therefore pay attention not only to humans, but to all living things in our environment. Pamper everyone you love, because positive interpersonal relationships are a hallmark of the entrance of the planet Venus into the sign of the Lion. Extravagance is also one of the hallmarks of this transit. So you can try pieces from the wardrobe that you haven't put on for a long time. In any case, love becomes a romantic manifestation of our emotions during this day. Even for the singles, there is a time on this day when the views of mainly those people who are looking for a romantic and long-term relationship attract. Each of us needs to be adored and admired. Enjoy the vital influence of the planet Venus in the sign of Leo on emotions, and treat love not only to yourself, but especially to other people around you. Hugs and smiles are free, don't forget that. According to the planetary transits that occur in the first days of September 2020, it is clear that in September we become caring people. Certain insecurities that we feel in life can be overcome with the positive energy of the Sun in the sign of Virgo. September 11, 2020. During this day, the Sun is in opposition to the planet Neptune. Sensitivity and care is the key word of Sun transit in opposition to the planet Neptune. The disadvantages of this astrological movement are the feeling of inferiority in our lives, and the inability to manage conflicts. That is why September 11th is suitable for relaxation and for sorting out thoughts. If you have certain feelings of insecurity, it is advisable to analyze where this feeling comes from and try to work with it. During the transit of the Sun with the planet Neptune, you must also pay attention to your finances, because this astrological transit causes some people to be inclined to fraud or lies. During this day, you are expected to be honest and direct, and to try to avoid conflict. Also, don't forget the fact that the planet Neptune makes you a more sensitive and receptive person, and that's why you can put yourself in the skin of others. You can use this fact, which is indeed the most positive effect of this transit, to encourage someone who needs your attention. Do not avoid communication today, but also interactions with other people. However, do not engage in scandal or defamation of other people. This could suppress your natural goodness, and your words could be misused. A characteristic element of this transit is also the idealization of other people. So you can see someone in a better light today or in the days to come. Especially single people should be careful, because they can easily succumb to deceptive feelings. It is quite likely that during September 11th you will experience interesting events that will indirectly connect you with someone else's life. Be especially careful of your expression, and do not judge the lives of others. The passage of the Sun in opposition to the planet Neptune can also discourage you from making firm decisions. The September 2020 horoscope recommends devoting this day mainly to spiritual development and charitable activities. Do not avoid the reality of life, and try to take such measures in life that will help you avoid disappointments. Also, beware of people who try to use your goodness and kindness. You only show compassion to those people who really deserve it. September 15th, 2020. The quadrature of Venus with the planet Uranus arrives. The quadrature of Venus and Uranus is also specific, because Angelina Jolie was born during this transit. But what does the quadrature mean for the single signs of the zodiac? By the action of this quadrature, our life begins to focus mainly on the question of love and relationships. The need for great personal independence, and the solution of moral values in oneself, as well as in others, also comes to the fore. The planet Uranus warns us not to interfere in the affairs of other people. Relationship instability can also cause sadness and depression in some people. This period is especially vulnerable for singles. These days they are aware of their loneliness, but on the other hand they are aware of their femininity and the positives that they could provide in a relationship. It is in this direction that quadrature is positive, because one can realize one's own strengths. We are aware of our own values, and therefore we do not tend to enter into degrading or shallow relationships. Quadrature also affects the career. It brings confidence and determination to complete things that we have begun. Follow new ideas during this day, because the positive vibration of the planet Venus opens the mind of cordiality and ideas associated with cordiality. The September Horoscope 2020 thus says that we should maintain a healthy view of ourselves, and we should not interfere in the loving affairs of others. The positions we have taken in the past are key to us and we should continue to stick to them. Be aware of your own values, and insist that others accept that values. Don't try to meet the expectations of your friends or family at all costs, but require from others to meet yours as well. Don't turn your behavior into a position that is not natural to you. During this period, you must learn to respect your own personality, but also the personality of other people. Respect and mutual understanding are the most important emotions of the day. Remember, however, that there are no compromises in unhappy relationships, but you should not give up and you should work on the relationships. But demand balance. Impulsivity during this period will allow you to broaden your horizons in the aspect of love, and also in earning money, as Venus is associated not only with love but also with finances. September 17, 2020. New moon in the sign of Virgo. While the Sun is in the strong sign of Virgo, the lunar transit of the new moon also occurs in this sign. This brings to the fore a sense of security and the mutual understanding you need to feel in relationships, in your emotions, and even at work. Security also opens up the opportunity to get the job you want, because the new moon in the sign of Virgo will direct you in the right direction, the right path you should take. You may feel a little chaotic at first, because the new job may not meet all your expectations. In any case, September 17th is the most appropriate and ideal period in September to find a new job and to show your qualities. You can strengthen your desire for safety in the family by making some adjustments at home to make you and your whole family feel better. Mutual relations will be balanced during this period. The new moon in Virgo is also associated with health warnings. Those who suffer from digestive problems and diabetics should pay particular attention to their health. Surgery during the new moon is not recommended. You should put it off until later. Also avoid burdensome foods that could negatively affect your sense of vitality. September 21st, 2020. Planet Mercury is in quadrature with planet Pluto, while the Sun is still in the sign of Virgo. From September 21st, your chaotic emotions or life in imbalance will reach the necessary balance. You will acquire a complex nature that is associated with deep emotions and an awareness of your qualities and priorities. You will also gain a new perspective on situations that can threaten your position in life. The quadrature of Mercury and Pluto may also attract views of the shadowy aspects of life. We are aware of our mortality, and that is why this period can be a little more mentally demanding. In any case, if you stand firmly on the ground, you can also very skillfully handle your qualities and abilities that you can offer to the world. You can choose a very strong tactic for winning in different directions of life. Try to capture the thinking of people around you, and turn negative attitudes into positive thoughts. Don't let others question your ideas. Stand firm at your opinions, with which you identify. There is certainly no doubt about your intellect at this time. Therefore, you can promote your opinions. Your leadership nature comes to the fore in every area of your life. Mercury is opening up communication skills that many people use during this period to promote their ideas and beliefs. It is also possible that your views will go through certain changes that you should accept in life. Consider that the world is not just black and white, and discover the new colors that fate brings to life. The quadrature of the planet Mercury with the planet Pluto also unlocks the negative side of our being, because we try to make everyone agree with our ideas, even if we act as fanatics. That is why people should be more open to different ideas, and communication should be in a friendly spirit. This last day of exposure to the Sun in the sign of Virgo is the ideal time to complete making order in your household. September 22, 2020. The Sun leaves the sign of Virgo and moves into the sign of Libra. The orderliness and order are transformed into other values. When the Sun is in the sign of the Leo, people want to discover their inner balance and grow intellectually. Sincerity and truthfulness are also creeping into lives, because even such behavior is a basic feature of Libra. Certain signs may seem sensitive to reactions to their person. You will also need to resolve any unfinished relationships or connections in which there are doubts. Since 22nd September, friendship and family have also been at the forefront of everyday life. Libra is a social sign of the zodiac, thinking not only about their life and progress in it, but also about how to help other people or how to understand them correctly. The sign of Libra is characterized by the fact that if he sets the desired goal, he proves his tenacity and sets to work. These signs of the zodiac also have the opportunity to focus on the unfinished things these days, because completing important tasks can positively change your work situation. Libra is a sign of the zodiac, which in constant love and relationships requires the constant attention of the other. Therefore, the following days will be especially challenging for people who are busy with work or bring other things to the fore than their permanent partner. This is an excellent time to strengthen a relationship, especially for those whose daily responsibilities do not allow them to spend time in pairs. During the influence of the Sun on the sign of Libra, you simply have to find this time for your relationship to continue to prosper. The Sun in the sign of Libra also brings charm, which is literally a gift for single individuals. Libra is a sign that can also calm various conflicts. Therefore, during the influence of the Sun on the sign of Libra, we will try to harmonize conflict situations, and reconcile the people around us. We should transform the household into a peaceful environment, which is our oasis of peace and quiet. The chaos of modern life must not penetrate deeply into our lives at this time, and now we should be inspired mainly by the peaceful nature of the sign of Libra that longs for inner harmony and growth in life. Women not born in the sign of Libra are also endowed with creativity, which we sometimes miss a lot in life. If you have new ideas on how to improve the environment in which you live, do not hesitate and turn them into reality. Libra is very strongly supported by the universe in life, and therefore they know well where to direct life. Instinctively, they can get through problems, and they are looking for a sense of themselves. The period after September 22nd is not only suitable for friendly meetings and larger performances at work, but also for meditations and activities that will help you realize your own value. September 24, 2020. Planet Mercury enters into opposition with planet Mars. During this astrological movement, we will have to learn more patience, because the location of the planet Mars gives all people a sharp mind, which is also manifested externally. Everyone in the area will have a huge need to express their own views, even if they may be at odds with yours. In this regard, we must learn patience and understanding in order to avoid conflict situations and quarrels that should have no place in our lives. Realize that life is too short for us to dedicate its moments to creating conflicts. In the following period, the competition is very strong, so this day is not suitable for job interviews, because you will have trouble showing all your qualities. In the field of relationships, this day warns you of reckless words. Listen to your partner well before you respond to his attitudes or questions. Watch out for exaggerated reactions that could accompany the tension, and pay enough attention to what your partner wants to tell you. Hostile reactions to your loved one are really out of place, and you must listen before you say anything. Even for the singles, this day becomes a little more challenging, especially if you have an important meeting ahead of you. You will subconsciously approach aggressive interaction with others, which can have a negative effect, especially in your relationships. Spend this day, and the period around this day mainly with yourself. If you feel anger, try to ventilate it, for example, a walk in nature or sports. Your strong temperament sometimes needs to be kept in check. Because Mercury in opposition to the planet Mars brings tense situations, it is an ideal day to rest. Draw mental energy with the activity you love. You can read, draw, or relax in front of the TV. Treat yourself to meditation, yoga, or a long bath. Teach your children to ventilate negative emotions as well, because this knowledge of self-control will be a very important knowledge for them in the future. The astrological transit of the opposition of Mercury and Mars also warns of impulsive activities that could cause injury. Be careful when cooking, as this transit also warns of burns and injuries associated with household activities. September 27, 2020. Planet Mercury enters the sign of Scorpio. While the Sun is in the sign of the Weight, the planet Mercury passes through the sign of the Scorpio, which means that we will have to think more about our actions, and also about our words. The planet Mercury can affect our sign by making us feel fearless. Self-confidence will increase, and every activity in our lives will seem achievable to us. However, it is time to dive into the depths of our soul and our minds. Examining the core of the problem while Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio is literally required. Are you solving a problem in your life that concerns your relationships or finances? You have to ask yourself if you are doing enough to solve the situation mainly for your benefit. It may be time to ask people around you what they think of your actions. Sometimes an external observer can also advise you on things you might not think of. Around September 27th, also pay special attention to fake people who will wear a friendship mask. Don't be seduced by superficiality, and pay attention mainly to deeper values in your life. You should be surrounded by optimistic people, who will more often put a smile on your face, and also remind you that your problems are not as big as they seem at first glance. In a way, your argument will be required during these days. However, do not try to just talk at all costs, but mainly listen. People born under the sign of Scorpio often deal with the motivation of other people. You can now transfer this quality to your life, and try to bring the sun to other people into their normal gloomy day. September 29, 2020. The last important transit of September 2020 is the quadrature of the planet Mars with the planet Saturn. Quadrature occurs during the period when the Sun moves in the sign of Libra, and so it can bring problems in self-expression into our lives. Sometimes you have trouble transferring great desires and your dreams into a specific activity, which is also reflected in a decline in hard work and self-confidence. Appropriate criticism from others can help you move forward, so listen to what others want to tell you. The next period will be more complicated, especially for men, as they may have difficulty in achieving authority. Dominance is in decline these days, and it is mainly feelings of shyness that come to the fore. Therefore, the time is right to provide psychological support to the man you live with. Remind him what complicated situations he has managed to solve in your life. Try to accumulate positive and confident energy in your home. Fear of failure and frustration are key words during the quadrature of Mars with Saturn. The difficult trials of life have left scars in us, which we carry with us into the present, and we are thus afraid of the future. But realize that overcoming certain life's problems has helped you move forward. Each problem helps you realize how strong a personality you really are and how many things you can cover. The quadrature of Mars and Saturn brings a test of strength and a challenge to cope with psychological onslaught. Empathy, perseverance and, last but not least, patience can help you overcome the difficult period of the last days of September 2020. Thank you for listening. For personal September horoscope, visit to our website www.horoscope-divination.com. Share this video with friends and subscribe to our channel. We wish you successful September 2020. Wish you love, health, money and happiness. Your horoscope and divination.